I started off last week asking if The Witcher Seasons 1 and 2 were really as bad as people say on the internet, or if it's just fashionable to hate on it. This week, I'm going to talk more about the backlash towards the show heading into Season 3. I'm Troy from Marks on TV, and today I'm letting it all hang out with my honest opinions on Season 3 of The Witcher, coming out in June and July. Now, on with the story. The links to all the articles I'm referencing can be found in the video description. Now that I've spent a good amount of time in my previous video defending The Witcher's Seasons 1 and 2, I'm going to be as fair and balanced as I can as I get into the Season 3 debacles. Let's go to an article from Bounding Into Comics first. Netflix's The Witcher fans launch petition to keep Henry Cavill, replace writers instead. In light of the news that Henry Cavill has voluntarily declined to return to Netflix's The Witcher, fans of the series have launched a petition asking the streaming giant to do what they can to entice the now former star back into the boots of Geralt of Rivia, starting with a full replacement of the adaptation's writing team. Moving down the article here a little bit, after 3 seasons of watching Netflix butcher author Andrzej Sapkowski's original work, Cavill announced his exit from the streaming giant's live-action adaptation of The Witcher on October 29th. Taking to his personal Instagram account, the Superman actor informed fans that, quote, "My journey as Geralt of Rivia has been filled with both monsters and adventures, and alas, I will be laying down my medallion and my sword for Season 4, end quote. That just kind of sets us up for the disasters leading into Season 3, and why there is so much bad blood between the fans of The Witcher and the writers of the show. An article from Game Rant says, The Witcher former writer recalls staff actively mocking the source material. Bo DeMeo shed a light on some of the lack of respect towards The Witcher's source material noticed by diehard fans of the show. Starting down a bit into the article, it says, those changes do require, quote, you have to respect the work before you're allowed to add to its legacy, as writer Bo DeMeo commented during a recent Instagram Q&A session via Sci-Fi and Fantasy Gazette, something he found lacking in The Witcher since, quote, some of the writers were not fans or actively disliked the books and games, even actively mocking the source material. It's a recipe for disaster and bad morale, end quote. Perhaps it's no surprise, then, that DeMeo wanted those kinds of vibes nowhere near his X-Men 97 project for Marvel, where he only brought certified lovers of the original animated series on board. Look, in fairness, people who are still involved with the show say that this is a complete lie, but then again, also to be fair, they're still involved with the show. So why would they admit to this? So take it with a grain of salt, but I just feel like I should mention that. As it is now on Rotten Tomatoes, The Witcher sits at 81% for the average tomato meter and 74% on the average audience score. So the show overall is getting good ratings and people do like it. It's not everyone who hated it. But moving on specifically to the upcoming Season 3, all we have to go on right now is the YouTube teaser trailer that dropped, using special ways to see all the likes and dislikes, as well as the views and comments. At last check, The Witcher Season 3 official trailer has a total of 2,948,399 views, 65,433 likes, and 304,827 dislikes. That is 82% dislikes over likes. Looking at some of these top comments, they're pretty damn salty. Quote, respect your actors, respect the source material, respect your audience. Thank you, Henry, you spoke for us all, end quote. Another one says, quote, Henry Cavill respected the series and the fans. His representation of Geralt was spectacular. Henry, kudos to you for putting so much passion into this role. You will be missed, end quote. Yet another comment says, quote, imagine having an actual Hollywood star playing his dream role and you squander it because he brought too much passion and knowledge to the production, end quote. This next one says, quote, Henry is everything, and the showrunners don't give a damn. I'm so glad everyone is showing them what it means to treat like the one person that stands up for the whole fandom, end quote. The last one I'm gonna show here says, quote, the final season of The Witcher. "Thank you, Henry Cavill, for bringing this epic fantasy to light," end quote. Reading these, there are clearly a lot of people that are just pretty displeased about the Henry Cavill exit. Trust me, I am too. My wife says that she probably won't even watch it after Season 3 if it goes on. I've seen a lot of people saying this, actually. Besides just being upset that Cavill is leaving, people just don't like Liam Hemsworth. Period. This is a bad move. You're getting rid of an A-lister that everyone loves for a B-lister that nobody likes in a very obvious downgrade. That alone will turn people away. Then we discussed the alleged issues with writers mocking source material. Then we had the showrunner, Lauren Hissrich, allowing all of this to happen and then basically begging fans to watch Blood Origin. Now she's flat out admitting that Seasons 1 and 2 were not source material accurate because she's come out and said that Season 3 will be closer to the books. In an article from CBR.com, they have a quote from Hissrich, quote, "Season 3, to me, is the closest thing that we've done as a one-to-one adaptation of the books. Obviously, we can't do every page, but Time of Contempt gave us so many big action events, plot points, defining character moments. There's so much to do that we were able to stick really, really closely with the books," end quote. Isn't that pretty much admitting that everything up until now has basically been fanfiction? Meanwhile, on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, contradicting Hissrich, show producer, I hope I'm pronouncing this name right, Graham Marshall, told Screen Rant, quote, "With Season 3, we're in the throes of delivering the final couple of episodes on that, and it's super cool. I don't think it's anything that anyone's read or seen before in Witcher lore, so I think it's going to be exciting," end quote. So bottom line, what the hell is going on? Fans of the books and video games are upset. Fans of Henry Cavill are upset. Haters of Liam Hemsworth are upset. People who don't like being lied to and gaslit are pretty upset. But I have a super hot take for you. I like the trailer. That's right. My wife and I watched Seasons 1 and 2 together, as I mentioned. We watched this trailer together, and we're incredibly excited for this. Does this look like the greatest piece of fantasy ever put to the small screen? No, of course not. But let's not pretend like this is Willow or even the Wheel of Time. I completely empathize with people who didn't dig Seasons 1 and 2 for various reasons and are pretty much done with the show. If they do manage to pump out a Season 4, which a lot of analysts are thinking won't come to fruition, I'll still watch it. Will I enjoy it as much? Probably not. We've unfortunately got Blood Origin out there, and I have a feeling that that will play into Seasons 3 and 4 big time, especially with the Wild Hunt on the way and Geralt of Rivia being recast. But we'll see, I guess. I will say this, if there is a Season 4, I doubt there will be a Season 5. Season 3 will release in the new Netflix model, it seems, just like Stranger Things Season 4 did. They're dropping the first 5 episodes on June 29th and the final 3 episodes a month later on July 27th. That will be an interesting goldmine of content throughout the summer for a lot of people on YouTube. As a note from my first video, though, I'll stick with my "it's really not bad" stance, and I'll implore you all to just leave The Witcher alone. This is part 2 of my new 2-part video series on The Witcher, so please go and check out part 1 if you haven't already. That dropped last week, and I mostly gave my opinions on Seasons 1 and 2, as well as a bit about the prequel miniseries The Witcher Blood Origin. Please comment down below with what you think of The Witcher Seasons 1 and 2. Did you like them or not? Do you like the cast at least? What do you think of Henry Cavill's departure from the show? Are you excited for Season 3? Will you watch past Season 3 if there happens to be a Season 4? On top of that, I'd like to know how many of you actually played the games and read the books. And I'm not deep into the lore of The Witcher, so I seriously do want comments from you all to fill me in on what I do and don't know. Sure, I could always look it up on Wikipedia, but as I mentioned in my last video, I want to hear from you all. Also, please share this video to everyone you know, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell to be notified every time we post brand new content. I've been Troy from Marks on TV, and we'll see you next time.